Victor 007, the James Bond of radio. Yes, time check right now, 15 minutes gone past 10 a.m. And it's the Business Monday segment of the show. Yes, and this Monday morning, we have an amazing guest in the studio. And in a short while, I'm going to be bringing her on. We're going to be talking to her. She's going to be sharing her expertise on something very, very important. And if you remember, a couple of weeks back, we started this series on the Alpha Show where we're talking about school and skills, okay? And this morning, we are going to the school angle. I must let you know that we have a lecturer in our midst this morning. Yes, somebody shout, yeah, glory, yeah, absolutely. Yes, we have a delectable lecturer in our midst this morning. And like I said earlier, she's going to be coming on air very, very shortly. She's going to be sharing from her well of knowledge to us. We're going to be talking to her about, it's not going to be a school versus something. It's not going to be a school versus skill. It's going to be her shedding the lights on the importance of, education. Because, saying that it's a must make money. Go make sense. May they ask you, make you fee do transfer. How you go be make they ask you, say, oh yeah, bros, do me 2K this Monday, I beg. And you go say, well, not indeed, they never pay salary. Well, talking about salaries, okay. We are here talking to an educationist in the building. And she says, if you have only one source of income, you're gonna be poor in life. Yes, you're gonna have many. I asked her the question of if it was right for you to go to school for 6, 7, 8 years just to land a white collar job. And her response was no. It doesn't make sense. And who is that person I'm talking about? Well, I've been talking to a lecturer right here from Leeds City University, the Department of Arts and Social Science Education, Miss Adedolapo Awoniyi. And this morning, she's been in the studio with me since 10. She's been talking to you and I, educating us on the value of education. And I have one more question for her, a couple of questions before we leave this hour, okay? Now, in Nigeria, there is one statement that is on the lips of a lot of people when things are not going well for them in school, especially, maybe a lot of final year students, let's say, during their project writing or close to, their thesis, or they got their IT reports and, stuff like that about them having to do some intense reading and research. They tend to say school is scam. What's your opinion about that statement?
Nigeria is like
yeah, we are Nigeria, so
God bless our country.
Yes, indeed we are blessed.
God bless our country. And like I said, I didn't want to teach because of my parents. They have money. And for my generation, Gen Zs too, it's all about the money.
Look at your bag. Your bag is
and it shouldn't be so. Life is not just all about money.
But you're the one that said that.
Life is not, there are also relationships you cultivate.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Empathy and all that. But money is very important. Money is very, 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 very important. And so, for most people, going to school is like a means to an end to get money. Be somebody in life, yeah. When your parents are pumping money into education, it's so that deep down, you take care of them when they are old and you can stand on your own. So what's the point of going to school and there's no assurance of getting a job when you're done? So your parents will probably take you to a private university, except they have connection. Except.
And how many connections are there?
I'm on the way.
Even the connection.
Even get 100K job is high level of connection. Nigeria right now is serious connection.
Yeah, no lie, absolutely.
So what's the point? That's what we think about. Like, what's the point of going to school, doing all this? My parents would probably spend like maybe 5 million on my education. They would give me clothes, food, and all that. They will come for my convocation and post pictures on the internet. To what end? And we the system in Nigeria, we don't have. Don't let me say we don't have very good leadership, because I don't want anybody to come for me. Do you understand? There's no provision for the youth. You get, and even if there are jobs, it's not enough.
True that.
So definitely they would think education is a scam. But I would say that they should see it from this perspective. Still have your skill, But know that everything you've learned in school is not a waste. Nothing is a waste in life. You're going to inculcate all those skills you've learned in school into your skill, into your job. You know, there's something they call street OT. Yeah, school also teaches you that. And then you apply that when you get that. Because the truth is, most of the things we learned in school, Pythagoras theorem, dy dx. Please, when you started working, is that what they need? So there's this course I taught my students in business education on. Maybe they employ you to an environment. Okay. They're not going to be asking you about Pythagoras theorem. What they need is your social skills. Do you have sense? Those are the things, honestly, those are the things they need.
Do you add value to us?
Are you going to add value to us? It's only if you lecture. That is when whatever they taught you in school, you have to teach again. Yeah. And for me, the business education I'm teaching, I did not learn it in school. I didn't learn it in school. Yes, that's not what I studied.
But you're lecturing it.
I'm lecturing in business education, but thank God I can read and write.
Oh. So that's your own advantage.
Thank God I went to primary school.
Oh.
So I can read and write. So I can function in any field as such. Yes, so thank God I went to school for that.
So what do you do right now? You're actually learning and
I learn
teaching.
And then I teach business education.
Wow.
Yes, and that's because, like I said, I'm a fashion blogger. So there's a bit of business there.
Wow. So there's the practical for you as well already.
Yes. So it's easy to actually grasp when I'm reading and then disseminate the information.
All right, let's go to the next question that I have here for you. I mean, you're disseminating so much knowledge right now, and I want to sort of get your honest opinion on this one. Honest opinion right now. Forget that you're a lecturer. And forget that you're a lecturer. Yes, time check right now, 23 minutes gone past 10 a.m. on the clock. And this is still the Alpha Show and your number one urban lifestyle radio, Lead Radio 106.3. And this is still the voice of JBR. Like I said earlier, when you hear my voice one more time again in this hour, I'm going to be unleashing our delectable guest in the studio. And it gives me so much pleasure to let you know that we have a lecturer of the Lead City University from the Department of Art and Social Science Education in the studio with me this morning. Okay, I got with me this morning okay, let me not do the introduction. Let me allow you introduce yourself. So who are you?
Okay, first of all, thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
My name is Awoni Adetola Tamlola. So just like you said, I'm a lecturer in the Department of Arts and Social Science Education, and I'm also a fashion blogger. I'm a content creator, and yeah, basically I love to write.
Wow. So you are a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Okay. Sort of many trades.
Of many trades.
Oh, interesting.
Many trades, but streamlined.
And
I'm also a PhD student at University of Ibadan.
You're still learning. I'm
still learning. I'm still in school. I'm still learning.
A lecturer that is still in school.
That's still in school.
Interesting. How long have you been lecturing for now?
For like 2 years. I started lecturing in January 2022. Yeah.
Lecturing has been something I wanted to do for a while. So when I was much younger, but I used to be like, no, you have to read so much. But I was lecturing for you.
Well, it's first of all beautiful to disseminate knowledge to young minds. Yeah, and because I love to talk, so it's an avenue for me to talk. But funny enough, I didn't want to lecture.
I was going to ask you if you wanted to do that from the start.
Because my parents are in the academic line, and to me, in those days, teachers were not rich. Teachers were not. So I didn't want to do that. But my mom felt like, yes, you should teach and all that because you love to talk and all of that. You should teach and all that. But I was so concerned about the money because I want to be a rich woman.
Okay, let me ask you now, are you rich?
I'm not rich.
Yet?
Well, yet. I'm not rich yet. But then I feel like teaching for me is like destiny. Yeah.
Are you
because
serious?
It's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. I was so all about my fashion thing, skills, entrepreneurship, and all that. But as God will have it, I'm here.
But now you're a lecturer.
Yeah,
a lecturer. You're the one saying there's test tomorrow by 7 a.m. Are you one of these lecturers that do that?
Not really. I think I'm very chill.
Oh,
not
really?
Not really. But if I tell you there's tests.
But you don't do the whole 7 a.m.
Well, no, because I won't even be at work.
Oh, okay.
But then I'm the kind of lecturer that I like my students to express themselves, unlike the experience I had when I was
while you were in school.
Yeah,
so you are trying to change the narrative.
Yeah. So I like them to express themselves, and then I don't like when lecturing is just okay. I form a note and then I just give it to you to read and all that. Let them talk. And for what I teach, business education is not abstract.
Oh, you teach business education?
Yes, that's what I teach.
Teach business.
So it gives them the ability to like express themselves, and I'm young, so I can relate to a certain level.
Yeah, and that's I mean that's a very, very good advantage, the fact that you're young, because I feel like the category of lecturers we had back then in school. I mean, I'm lecturing for 42 years. I'm lecturing for so years. Like,
years, yeah.
There's nothing you can say. There's nothing you can do.
There's no relationship outside of the classroom. So.
And it's actually a downside in education.
Downside.
Okay, now today we're going to be talking about school.
Yeah.
We've been having a series concerning school and skills. So today now you're a lecturer, so definitely we have to talk about school.
Yes.
So I'm going to be starting you off with asking you, what do you define formal education, otherwise known as schooling, to be for you personally?
Okay, personally, schooling is like an organized and regulated system of education. It's organized, it's regulated, you have to go to school, there's a classroom, there is a curriculum attached to it, there's something that's supposed to teach you, there's an expert that's supposed to teach you, and then you get a certificate at the end of school or the course.
Everything is structured.
Everything is structured. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Second question I'm going to be asking you this morning is, now many, often at times, especially in this part of the world, we hear our parents say, just go to school, make sure you go to school, make sure you get, that certificate. They use that word certificate very, very often, and it makes me wonder, is there anything behind the motive of our parents for them pushing us so much that you have to get this thing? Is there any advantage of education, of going to school?
Yes, of course there's an advantage. So for education system in Nigeria, we run the 3-4 system.
3-4 system. What's
That's
that?
like 6 years of primary school, 3 years of junior secondary school, 3 years of senior secondary school, 4 years of tertiary.
There's a name for it.
Yes.
That's why you're a lecturer. You're the one that will know.
So it's the 3-4 system that we operate. We used to operate the 6-3-3-4 system. So now primary school that's your formative stage. Formative stage. And like they will say in psychology, the mind of a child is like a tabula rasa. So it's whatever you put into it that would. So imagine you didn't go to primary school. Let's start from primary school. You didn't go to primary school. You will not be able to speak English.
You are right.
You will not be critical in your thinking. It is when you go to school that you learn A, B, C, D,
definitely.
E, F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And these are the things that are needed for survival in life. If you don't want to be an investor. So imagine you're a child and then you don't know A, you don't know. What did you come and do in this life?
And that's even primary school.
Yes, that's primary school. So why did you go to secondary school? That one teaches you about life. You get to meet people. It teaches you discipline. Especially if you go to boarding school, it teaches you a little bit of independence.
Yeah, I feel like that boarding school is suffer. It
depends on the kind of child you are. Some children need to go to boarding school. They need it. You get, and then it teaches you all those things. Then tertiary institution, you also get to meet people and you get to understand life. You get to acquire skills for life. Especially if you go to a federal university.
I did.
I don't know about.
Did you go to a federal university?
Yes, I did. I went to OAU.
Oh, look at them.
So,
I went to FUTA. Yeah, I'm gonna say.
Okay, so there's this level of, you're not just going there to school to learn those things in the curriculum. You're going there to see life
and experience
it. You can stay on your own. You get to meet people. You get to see and experience how other people think. That is different from your perspective at home.
Right.
You realize that, you think like this? Are you for real? Do you know that it was when I got to university, I learned how to fold my clothes for my roommates. So I learned how to fold my clothes. There was something she just taught me. Fold your clothes to laugh for.
What?
That was in 100 level. I was 100 level, she was in 400 level, she was my roommate.
Wow. What did you used to do before then?
I was just watching.
You just jump in.
So those are the things you learn in school. And then it broadens your horizon. You get to see that, this person does this. I think I'll have interest in this. So like I said, I'm a fashion blogger. I acquired the interest. So I've always loved fashion.
Okay.
But then it was when I was in school. Because OAU would not just teach you how to just go to school. OU is a school that is friendly when it comes to acquiring
I already advertising them.
Sorry,
Please give them,
sorry,
give
but
them.
we have like some celebrities
Yeah.
that finish from where
Okay.
you get. So I think because going to university helped me to start. It gave me a platform. And last year, the same way you invited me to come and speak on fashion, and that was where I started from.
Interesting.
Yes. So imagine I didn't go to university. I was just at home thinking, since I love fashion, let me just focus on this.
Now secondary is enough for me.
Secondary
After
is enough
secondary
for me.
school, I think I'm
Yes.
fine right now. I should not go further.
Yeah. So when you're in tertiary institution, then you can now know if you want to do masters and PhD and all those things. Yeah, that one is for extreme people.
Extreme?
I think it's extreme.
Well, you are doing your PhD now.
That's because.
So you are extreme.
Do you know why?
No, wait. You are doing your
yes, I'm
PhD. So you are extreme.
because-
Oh.
Okay, my first degree I studied social studies education.
Wow.
What else would I make of social studies education if I don't go all the way?
Okay, now are you saying you had to go all the way because of
Yes.
what you studied?
Yes.
Oh, so it's
It's
what you
education. So
Hmm.
if you want to make sense out of education, you can't just say you have masters. You won't get your promotion here.
Hey.
You won't go far. Sorry,
Uh-uh.
you won't go far in life.
So if you want to do education, you have to
you
go
have to go
all the way.
You have to publish papers. You have to do your PhD.
Wow.
You have to. It's nice to be called doctor. There's this.
Mm.
There's a way people look at you. But now
That's
my
that
initials
doctor
is
thing
still
that you
Miss.
just mentioned now.
Yeah.
What is the rationale behind you people always?
Excuse me.
Please tell me why.
I went to school. I studied a particular area.
Okay.
But let me say, maybe you're doing it in 3 years. But if you go to a federal university, some
Okay.
people do that for 10 years.
Okay.
No, let me buttress my point.
Okay.
And I'm studying something from chapter 1 to chapter 5 rigorously. Rigorously. There's this mental, from time to time I have a mental breakdown of just one line. I'm reading like 5 journals and articles just to write 2 lines correctly. So I now finish. You now tell me you not had.
So that's the reason why you.
Yes, that's the reason. That is the reason. I didn't know. That's the reason, please.
All right. One final question before we go on the music break right now.
All right.
So do you think going to school for 6 years, sometimes for 8 years, in case of ASU, when they decide to strike while you are studying,
I have that.
do you think it's actually reasonable to do that, or just to land a white collar job and sit behind the desk
It is not
from
really.
9 to 5? Really?
It is not, because how much are they paying you, or how much will they pay you? That's the thing. They won't pay you. The money they will pay you is not worth the time that you spent in school. But then that is why we have skills. Do you understand? So develop your skills. While you were in school, you should have. There should be a level of self-awareness where you understand yourself. That, okay, I have this skill. Like you're about to say, "Oh no, come water." Don't do
True,
one thing.
true.
You'll be poor in life. To reduce your steez.
I
You'll be
quote
poor.
and unquote from Miss
I'm serious.
Adedolakbo
Because-
Awoniyi. Don't do one thing.
Don't do
you'll
one
be
thing.
poor in life.
You'll be poor in life. You'll be poor in life, because if you're building a career in academics, you need money to publish.
Definitely.
You need money to go for international conference. Is it the money they pay you? That you
Just
use
the meager
to
salary.
even build yourself and improve yourself, and in the academic career you need money. You
So
need
it's
money.
not enough to just go to school
It's not enough.
and you're saying I want to land a big
But
job,
if you're a very content person, some people are like that.
that you don't want
You
anything
don't
special.
really want too much in life.
Oh,
You are
there are
happy
people like
with
that. I don't want to.
Yes. You're
Eh?
happy with your 100K.
Eh.
Manage yourself. You have data.
Wow, you have clothes
You
to
have
wear.
clothes, and that's what the Bible says.
Wow.
What else are you looking for in life? But I think if you want to make impact, I think you should do more. Go for it.
All right. Well, I've been speaking with Miss Adedolakbo Awoniyi. She's a lecturer at the Leeds City University, the Department of Arts and Social Science.
Courses online now that not even online, you can go to School of Fashion,
Yeah.
and acquire those certificates, and then they will rate you higher. Your steez is better than the person than the person that did not even go to school for that. My mom has a tailor. Her name is Auntie Florence. She goes to
Okay.
school.
Wow.
Yeah, she knows. And then I have a friend. I don't want to do advance, but Ronke went to school.
Okay.
You can see the difference.
Very, very
You
far.
can just see the difference. I Ronke is trying to go to the US to take another course in fashion. You
Wow.
can just see. Hi, Ronke.
Wow.
You can just see the difference.
So that's
Between
where
somebody that
education
went to
stands
school.
out.
That's where education stands out. So you don't have to, by the time you're in university, if you now want to go into academics, just make sure you're passionate about it. Make sure it's because of passion. Don't go into academics because of money. You will cry.
Did you hear that?
You will cry.
Don't become a lecturer because you want to make money. So are you saying that?
No, if you have passion for it and you know that is your gift, you know how to talk, and you love to teach, absolutely, just go into it. Make the most of it.
But don't go to it for money.
Don't go to it for money. And if you're a very patient person, because most of the people that are enjoying their career as academics are professors that have gone, they've spent 15 years
to the apex.
Now they receive grants, they go for conferences abroad and all that. And you know, once you're like 60, you're a professor, I mean, what more do you need?
Nothing more.
Really
just going to be resting. How much food,
as
how
a
much
young
money?
person, you want to drive the best cars and all of that.
True that.
So think about it. It all depends on you, what you want, and also think of the Nigerian economy too. Think of your future children too. So I'd say do both if you have the opportunity to.
Both of them.
Do both of
So
them. But when I start having my kids and I notice that maybe my daughter loves fashion, I wouldn't say go and get a master, except she wants to get a master's in fashion. But no, I'll send her somewhere to go and learn how to sew very well, perfect this thing so well and make money. You don't have
finish
to
our school and do both together.
Yes, do both together. If you want to get a master's, fine. If you don't want to get a master's, just make sure you just have that certificate, that university certificate.
Wow.
I will not breed illiterates. Yes.
Wow. Okay, in case you're just tuning in, this is Lead Radio 106.3 and you're listening to the Alpha Show right here with me, Olushola Victor 007, the James Bond of radio. We've been doing this since 9 a.m. At 10 a.m, Miss Adedolapo Awuniyi came into the studio. She's a lecturer at the Department of Arts and Social Science Education in Lynch City University, and she's been disseminating so much knowledge this morning. And I have a final question for you. Time check right now is 10:53, about 7 minutes before this hour wraps up. Now, Nigeria as a country, a country that we are right now, what would you say as a lecturer now? You are talking as a lecturer. What are the challenges you think that we have in the education sector in Nigeria? I mean, you spent 2 years lecturing now. What are those things that you've seen and you're like, why are these things present in this system?
So well, for teachers, I also, when I say teachers and lecturers, I mean
both.
For teachers, our reward is 11.
Hey.
Because we're not being paid. We're not being paid well.
Wow.
Based on what we do. I mean, we disseminate knowledge into the lives of these children that become,
knowledge that sets people up for life.
Exactly, for life. And then they don't rate us.
I have a personal experience, okay?
Yes, like
my mom was a teacher until she retired for the 5 years. And she would always tell me that this thing I'm doing, I mean, we are just doing it because of the people.
Yes, because of the people. I mean, you need teachers in life because of the people. So I'll well, our reward is 11. I'll just say that our reward is 11. That's why I said you have to be passionate about it and you have to like it. But I'm very positive that in the next 10 years, the Nigerian government will see the need to pump more resources into the educational system, educational sector, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of remuneration, and all of that, and orientation for the young ones to see why. Because this set will die, we still need teachers in life. And most of the people in education today, they were forced into it.
That's what I was about to ask
you.
Do you think we have people right now, this generation, that are aspiring to be lecturers and teachers?
No, we don't have. They force all of them. We now have more of tech bros, content creators.
Because I mean that's where the money is. And funny how there's supposed to be money in education, because when you look at it, I mean the stress you go through. During my NYSC, I was teaching physics in a secondary school year in Oyo State. I taught physics, I taught chemistry, I taught mathematics, and I had to just prepare lesson notes for just 3 subjects. And it was just 1 year. I know what I felt. I know what it was like to wake up every morning and have these students. You have to control them. You have to, away from teaching, you have to impact them as well. I mean, it was a whole lot. I can imagine you doing it for 2 years.
Yes, and apart from teaching, you're also a counselor. You're also supposed to attend to their life questions. And And apart from that, you are like an example to them. They're watching you. So you have to maintain decorum. You have to be a good person.
Your life is under.
It's under surveillance, especially if you're a young person. I'm talking from experience. Especially if you're a young person, you're young, and then those girls are looking at you like, yeah, okay, how should they are learning from you? Yeah.
And they take whatever you do to be the best.
To be the best thing. To be the best thing. They're learning from you. I used to hide the fact that I was a fashion blogger influencer for my students, but they got to know. They checked it.
Why were you hiding?
Because
I mean
because it's a different attitude as a lecturer and as a fashion person.
Oh,
so that's it. They're lecturer like
so okay.
Okay, so when one of them said, I saw your video on TikTok. I'm like, no, TikTok.
And that's a totally different persona.
Totally different. You know, TikTok is for them. And
yes.
And they're like, wait, you want, or this is another person. So I always try to hide that from them. Like, I'm supposed to be like a big sister to you guys.
But you could be a big sister. I mean, now, of course, you know now that you can be a big sister and still do your thing.
Still do your thing. But then, from the narrative of what we have as lecturers, like when I was a student,
to be strict and
very strict,
strong-faced,
religious, morally upright.
No.
Yeah, so that is them.
Wow.
So they should pay us for that.
Absolutely, yeah, I actually think so. So you think that's a major problem?
That's the major problem. And then for those building an academic career, you need money to publish papers. So that's another reason why we need, not even because we want to eat, but to even get better, to even be more useful in universities, you need to publish papers, and that's money. You need to go for conferences.
I feel like if there was much money than it is now in education, we'll have more young people delving into that area. The way everybody's going into tech and everything and like that. I mean, if teachers are being paid so well, handsomely, I mean, to an extent, I mean, there is money to pay teachers. They deserve it as well.
But they just do not rate us. Like I said.
That's actually sad. That's actually very, very sad. But then, what do you have to say to young people listening right now who might be thinking of, you know, as this lecturer is talking like that? I feel like I like her style, I like her steez and everything. And I want to get into lecturing like her as well.
Okay.
What do you have to say to them?
Make sure it is what it is destiny for you. Like I said, I'm lecturing because I think this is what God wants me to do. Ordinarily, I'll just do fashion. But this is what God wants me to do. Settle that with God first. The best place to be is where God wants you to be. Yeah, fulfilling purpose, and that's what would give you satisfaction. We have a lot of rich people who are not satisfied. But the most important thing is settle it with God, and then check your skills. Check your skills. You don't have to do one thing. You can do 2, 3 things. Be very good at 2, 3, 4, 5 things. Yeah. So self-awareness, settle it with God, and build on it. Don't let anybody discourage you, and don't let money be the motivating factor to choosing a career. It's not. It shouldn't just be that money is important too. Money is important, but fulfilling purpose is much more important. If I wasn't a lecturer here, I would not be here today.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If I was just doing my fashion, I would not be here today.
But you could have come here as well through your fashion.
But would you guys have discovered me?
I mean, we could have. I mean, if your fashion was flying.
But there are higher chances of discovering me here because I'm a lecturer here. Yes, and being a lecturer is honorable because you're able to put the students on the right path.
Definitely.
It's honorable. There's this satisfaction that comes after I give like a counseling. I counsel the students. I just
and then
like,
you see some change.
Yeah, I'm feeling better.
I just spoke sense to someone.
Sense into her. I just shed light on her path. So settle it with God. That's just what I'd say.
All right. Yes, that's the voice of me.